welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about a way through which we can create and use the sub procedure in the same program in fully free fixed format. Okay, so in our previous session we discussed the same thing, but there we are using the fully free format. But here in this session we will discuss about the fixed format. So here I have created one program that is main proc2. So we will go through that program. So I'm taking this program in edit mode. Fine. So here you can see that first of all I'm using the H spec for setting some control option. So the first option I'm setting here is default activation group as star no. So this we need to set because we are not going to create module for this program. Instead of that, we will directly compile it as a program by taking option 14. But if you are creating your module of this source, then you can avoid this option. Otherwise, you have to keep this. Okay, so here we will compile this program with by option 14. So I'm taking default activation group as star now. After that, I have declared my main procedure name. So using this keyword, you can declare your main procedure name. So my main procedure name is main proc2. Okay, and it is always a good habit to keep the main procedure name same as your program name. So my program name is also main proc2, and I have created the main procedure with same name. Why? Because if you change this name, then what will happen, like whenever you call that sub procedure, then you have to call it by your sub procedure name, right? The main procedure name, uh, by the main procedure name. Okay, but if you are if you keep the same name like main proc2 and procedure name uh, same, or like program name and procedure name same, then in that case you have to directly call it with program name. So if you are using main procedure name, then please make sure that you are keeping both the name as same. Fine. Now from line number 14, we are starting our main procedure declaration. Okay, so how we will declare that? For that we have to use the p spec. So in this particular position, you have to use the p for p spec. Then you can take F4, and here you have to specify your procedure name. So my main procedure name is main proc2, and in begin or end you have to take b for begin, because from here our code will start. All right, after that we are declaring the main procedure interface. Okay, so why we declare that? Like in previous session also we discussed about the program interface and all things, but here I will also tell you that pi is mainly declared for taking the input for taking the input parameter as well as for returning some value. So here you have to declare the pi by d spec. So here in this position you have to write d and then take F4. After that you have to put these information. So my main procedure name is main proc2, declaration type is pi. Okay, so from here it will start, but on main procedure I'm not going to take any input, or neither I take any input parameter, nor I am returning any value. So just this line is enough for me, because I'm not going to take any input, or not I'm neither nor I am returning any value from this. Okay, all right, so this is a empty pi. Okay, blank pi. After that we have to declare few variables that we are going to use for main logic. So normally you can use dspec for declaring the variable. Like here I'm declaring user id type as declaration type as, and length for data type is s for numeric, and decimal position as 0. Fine. Now similarly I'm declaring one more variable, that is username of 30 characters, and from here the main logic is started. So in main logic, what I'm doing, I'm just assigning some value with the help of C spec or calculation spec. So after taking C, you can use the eval operation for assigning the values. And here I'm assigning user ID as let's make it as a 4422. So my user ID is 4422, and after that we are calling the sub procedure. So main procedure is a procedure where we are calling the sub procedure. So Here on line number 28 we are calling the sub procedure with one input parameter, that is user ID. So we are passing 4422 to this sub procedure, and please make sure that you have to assign the value before passing to it. You can't assign directly 4422 here. You have to keep it in a variable, and then only you can pass to this. All right. After once this sub procedure got the value of user ID, it will return the username, and then we will keep it and store it in username variable. And after that, we are just displaying it to the user. And below to that, I am setting on the last record indicator, which is set star INLR. And below to that, I'm using return. So return and set on you can use any one of them, because like if you want to return any value from your procedure, then you can use return. Otherwise you set on is also enough. Okay, why I'm writing here two times, uh, like these two together, these two things together, because I just want to tell you that you can use return as well, and you can use set on also. So in sub procedure we are returning value, so we can see there like how it will return the value. But in main procedure I'm not returning any value, so I can delete this line also. So this is not mandatory. Okay, and after that you have to end your procedure. So for ending a procedure you have to take again the piece pack, and then you can provide the name for your procedure, and in begin or end option you have to put E for ending. So here we are done with the main procedure declaration. And uh, so the basic step is you have to start the procedure, you have to declare the PI. Here we are not taking any input, so it could be a blank. And below to that we are declaring some variable for main logic. Then we are in main logic we are calling the sub procedure, and it is returning some value. And after that we are just ending the sub procedure. Okay, now we will see how we have declared this subproc that we are calling here. So with it is declared here. So here similar way we will create the sub procedure also. So using pspec I'm declaring the procedure name, and in begin and end I'm passing B for beginning, because from here my code will start. After that I'm using the pi. Pi is for taking the input and for returning the value. So here in this sub procedure we will take the input user id as a parameter, and we are returning 30 character data. It means it will return the username. So how we will define the pi? For defining the pi you have to take dspec your procedure name or pi name, and then declaration type is as pi, and here you can pass the length 30a, which it will return. Okay, if you are returning any numeric value, then you can pass that also. It is up to you. And below to that I'm declaring one variable inside the pi. So here you can see, observe that I'm not keeping it as a standalone variable, because it comes under pi. So here just I'm passing the name of the variable and the length of the variable. So it means it will accept this variable as a parameter. It is not a standalone variable. If I put s here, then it will become the standalone variable as we have declared below. But it comes under the pi. And below to that, I'm declaring one variable which is for retrieving for returning the value. So username is of 30 character. Okay, and below to that I'm using the I'm writing the main logic. So here what I'm doing, I'm just checking whether the user id is 4422. If it is 4422, then we are assigning username as Sharmit, else we are assigning username not found. So these are the some basic steps that we have already discussed in previous few sessions, like how to use if else in fixed format. So if you are not aware of this, you can refer those sessions. Otherwise we are just using it if and else statement here. And after end if I am returning this value. So here I'm not using star inlr equals to star on, or I'm not using the set on. Why? Because here I'm returning the value, so it is good enough, like we can go with the return only. So from here I'm returning the username, and after that again using the pspec I'm ending my procedure name. So my procedure name is subproc, and in begin and end field I'm passing e as for ending my sub procedure. So it is very simple and it is similar to your main procedure. The only difference is that in main procedure we have declared in the h spec that my main procedure name will be main proc2, and we are keeping main procedure name same as the program name. Why? Because if we want to call the program, then at the same time it will call the main procedure. You can change it also, but it is always a good habit to keep the main procedure name same as your program name. And if we talk about the sub procedure, then you can give any name as per your functionality, and you can take inputs, you can take multiple inputs also here and return the value. And for declaring the sub procedure and main procedure, the process is same. You have to start the procedure with b, and then you have to declare the pi part, and you can declare variables, then main logic, and whatever the value you want to return, you can return it from here. Or maybe if you don't want to return any value, then it is also fine. In that case, you will just write set on lr, means last record you have to turn on. Okay, so yeah, this is the thing that we discuss in fixed format, and in our previous sessions we discussed the same thing but in fully free format. So if we talk like which one is the best method, so as we are going toward the modern things, so it is always better to code in the fully free format. But for understanding purpose, we have declared this, we have created this session for giving the knowledge about the fixed format, like how we declare the things in fixed format. But it is always a good approach to go with the fully free format, or rest is up to your requirements. If you want to create your program in fixed format, then it is also fine. Okay, so yeah, that's all for this session. In the upcoming session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Gym.